Okay. Hello, hello. Refresh the link. Oh, it looks like technical difficulties. Where is my YouTube? Technical difficulties. You're killing me. Shorts and live. All right, looks like we're live. And still have technical difficulties. All right. So, this is Tom for Tabletop Tap Room. I've been a little bit, hey, how you doing, Matt Sherman? And oh, there we go. There we go. And Dawn, how you guys coming by? I've been a little bit MIA, and that probably deserves a little bit of a explanation. Had knee surgery, have another one planned in the near future, and just more responsibilities here at the house. Family had to come first. So a troll recently trolled me and was doing the whole, they were practically begging me to do a video about them, and then claiming, well, you haven't done a video, you're such a loser. It was just taunting. But I was asked recently by some members of the Star Frontiers community concerning new TSR and the Star Frontiers New Genesis abomination that they were attempting to put out, squatting on the Star Frontiers trademark. Is it over? And I think we can answer that question. I think it's a yes, and then, well, maybe. And the thing is that the new TSR crowd, and I'm not even going to mention this individual's name. I'm going to refer to him as Jaybird. I think you all know who I'm talking about, particularly since I used the letter J. Jaybird has settled with WotC. We began to suspect that, and there was a lot of evidence of it. It's just the court wrapped up, and the fact that he settled meant that there were no final dispositions that became public record. The settlement is private. There's probably a non-disclosure clause in there of some sort, and so we may never know what the terms of that settlement are. Most likely we'll never know. We still don't even know what the real terms are and how much Gary got in his settlement with TSR Inc. back in the day. So, these things are the way they go. But we do have a glimpse into what happened. Now, a troll showed up online after we began suspecting the settlement was in, and alleged, an anonymous troll alleged that Jaybird got $10 million from WotC. Which is absolutely laughable. But the interesting thing is that he's now in a divorce proceeding, public record. Those documents are, and a filing from the spouse, soon to be ex, alleged that he was hiding money from her, and she was talking about all the assets. And you'd think she would have mentioned if there had been a settlement where he got money. that he got 10 million or a million or whatever supposedly this fantastic fantasy number was. She would have put it in that document. Instead, she alleges that he has lost 400,000 of marital property through frivolous lawsuits. That would be the WotC case, would probably be a huge portion of that amount, and the libel case with Eric Tenkar. So reading between the lines, you can go, from the divorce document, he didn't get a settlement, and as we suspected, he's selling off property in order to pay off WotC. The TSR website now points to WotC. Just a lot of indicators, changes in social media names, from Dungeon Hobby Shop Museum to Hobby Shop Museum, that sort of thing. So it's clear that there is a settlement in place. So Don, there's no way that would have come up in his divorce if that was a fact. The 10 million. I mean, you would think she would list, hey, there's 10 million out there. He just got it from WotC, and he's not sharing it with me because she's going to want her cut of that. And so yeah, I think she would have if there had been money coming in, and there was 10 million in a bank account somewhere, and you have to suspect that all of the narcissistic tendencies that most of us see in this TSR crew, the trolls, the various personalities, that if somebody got 10 million, he would have been bragging high and loud to his spouse. Because this would have happened long before they moved to divorce proceedings. So he didn't get a settlement from WotC. They got a settlement from him, and he is endeavoring to pay it off. The Hobby Shop Museum is for sale. It's listed for sale at a much more reasonable price than 10 million or 7 million or whatever have you that he was asking, the crazy numbers. But it's now been listed at something approaching its value. And it's actually under the control of the spouse. It's been assigned to her to sell. So, it is what it is. Now, we can assume that since it looks like WotC got the settlement and he gave the concessions, that part of those concessions is anything that he put TSR trademark on has been turned over to them, and that he can't go near this stuff anymore. The whole squatting on Star Frontiers, that's over. So that's just done. So the answer to the Star Frontiers community is, yeah. Now there's a Nazi game designer involved who uses AI, and will they do something that comes close to Star Frontiers? Maybe, but it won't be Star Frontiers. They won't be able to put the name Star Frontiers on it. They'll have to put some other name on there, and it'll just it'll reflect this, not the type of writing you see out of this author / game designer / wannabe Yahtzee. So it won't sell. It won't sell, and so it's fundamentally over. Now, is this guy going to go away? That I don't think so. I think that he will rear his ugly head from time to time and troll. There'll be anonymous trolls because that's popular. And, there's been a anonymous troll email promising me that there was a website coming, which will have thousands of subscribers. Well, you can buy subscribers, so sure. But it'll be a website. It'll be a YouTube channel with no views. It'll be a channel, and I'm sure Eric will potentially do a video where he's like, whoa, geez, 10,000 subs and like 5 views, because there are channels that there are websites that track this. And, so even though some, YouTube channel about DMing might have 10,000 subscribers, it's got no views. It has no reach. And its ranking is even piss poorer than a channel like Eric Tenkar's, where he's got 3,000 subscribers and blows the door off in views. So it's it's over for the Star Frontiers community fundamentally. And this guy has made himself a pariah, and I think enough people in the gaming community are just wise to him now that he's never going to get the traction he wanted as a game company or as running a museum. He does already run a for-profit museum in North Carolina, and he probably thought, oh yeah, I'll just add another museum. And that, of course, has gone bankrupt. It's out of business. The building's being sold. You can start another hobby shop museum, but it's not going to have the attraction like the William Street address did right there in Lake Geneva. It's, not going to have the attraction of you claiming you have Gary Gygax's desk, which they didn't because what's his name? Moldvay. Not Moldvay. Menser. Menser actually has Gary Gygax's desk. Was given to him. So just some random desk found in a boarding house, which is what the William Street address was. No, it's not Gary's desk. But yeah. So Don Samora says he will pop in and out and just always be lurking. In the meanwhile, others will be making games, putting on real game conventions, and enjoying the community. Yes, this is very much true. It almost reminds me of the quote, those who can't teach and those who can, get busy doing stuff. And so, yeah, this is where it's going. Don, you just ran a successful convention. It was your first one there. We've discussed the flaws that happen, the internet not working at the venue. There were a few minor problems. There were some minor headaches for you, but by and large, successful convention. People are excited to come back next year. And you have all the machinery to print in-house, so tariffs don't really affect you other than on paper or the black, what's that, G something 90 black cardstock for doing real playing cards of the quality type that you can only get in China, as I understand it. But I suspect you have a little war chest of it already on hand. But yeah, it's over. It's over. Now, this channel I have deleted. I've gone through, spent an afternoon going through and not deleted. I set to private any videos about new TSR and about Jaybird. Just, maybe one or two might have skipped through, but I just did not want my channel to be about Jaybird, about Voldemort, about the bankrupt CEO and troll in chief from new TSR. He's a pariah. He's done. He's gone. I'm done with him. He is not worth my time anymore. I don't want my channel to be all about him. So I deleted all that content. Set it to private. I may go back and delete it at some point in the future. Just delete, because he's a non-entity. And any fool who actually gets in business with him, you're going to learn quickly. They're going to lose money. They're going to have their reputation besmirched, which is what has happened. 320 GSM Black Core. I could not remember what it was. Thank you, Don. Yeah. So I know that you have all of the equipment in house to print pretty much anything you want, from the high capacity 3D printers. Um, we're using 310 gray core now as a fix. So yeah, I know you've taken steps to protect yourself, and so if anybody's looking for a local, made in America publisher, I know that you are beginning to expand your business and hire people and do publishing for the local market, so that people don't have to go to China. Just do it right here in America. They put "Made in America" on their stuff, so that's great. But like I said, this is now going to be the last time I talk about Jaybird. Well, we might end up talking about him on the vlog of many things, but honestly, he's a pariah. He's done. He's a non-entity. He's a failed business in the market, in the gaming space, and nobody will touch him. He's banned at conventions. Can't go there. His company and his products are substandard. I mean, those pesky orcs, those pesky goblins, claiming to be for people as young as, I think it was age 10, and yet they go into cannibalism, infanticide, social diseases caught from orc hookers. Not appropriate for 10-year-olds. Not appropriate for the ages that it put on there that it was appropriate for. And total lack of editing, not retail ready. So yeah, it's a failed company with a non-writer who uses AI to bulk up his stuff, and it's just the end. So this is the end, and so I will raise a glass from last night that I didn't finish and just say, congratulations to Eric winning his case. Congratulations to WotC. And frankly, I think we can take a lot of confidence that the WotC lawyers know what they're doing. There certainly is a no disclosure clause because nobody's talking. There's certainly clauses that are onerous for Jaybird. I mean, this firm was involved in the Exxon Valdez litigation. They're high power. They know what they're doing. They don't make mistakes. So, yeah, Jaybird's done. It's over. Star Frontiers community should be able to breathe easier. I say should. I cannot categorically say he will, because anybody this unstable to sue Hasbro and WotC and to take the libel lawsuit that he took to New York State, it's like anybody that mentally unstable to waste $400,000 alleged by his wife in the divorce proceedings. You never know what they're going to do. They're unstable. They're a little cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs, and you just don't know what they're going to do. So I say should. Star Frontiers community should be able to breathe easy and say, it's done. It's over. It's, in fact, I was looking at, I put this on today, my Sued Dudes new TSR blocked alumni. The date on this shirt is 2022. It's 3 years ago. Has it really been 4, 5 years now we've been going on with this stupid saga? So it's nice. Put it to rest. It's done. It's over with. He's finished. As Don suggested, he'll pop his head up from time to time. Still a non-entity. Nobody cares. Nobody will do business. Still not welcome at conventions. It's over. This is Tom for Tabletop Tap Room with the final report. Appreciate everybody popping in and commenting in the live chat. Thank you. And you guys have a great day. This is the last I ever want to talk about new TSR and Jaybird. So this is my final court report. Hopefully I will be back up and soon doing regular gaming videos on this channel, because that's what I want to do. And again, thank you to Eric for all you've done. Thank you to Don for your support, and everything you've helped out with. And thank you to everybody who has tipped us off, whether it was me, whether it was Eric, whether it was Kim Winson or David Floor. Anybody who's tipped us off, thank you for saying, hey, you should see this, comment, this social media post. And, again, thank you to the community for your support. Appreciated people coming up to me at TotalCon and saying, thank you for doing the reporting. Appreciate the viewers. You guys are great. And this is Tom for Tabletop Tap Room signing out. And you keep on gaming, just not with new TSR products. They suck bad.